Well, everyone, iPadOS 16 is going to be released probably sooner than a lot of you may even think. Less than 2 months from now, we should be receiving the first beta of iPadOS 16. So let's go and kind of talk about it, maybe some features we could get, maybe some device lists as well. Now, the first thing being WWDC for 2022 was just announced. Now, what does this mean? Well, essentially, the devices, or pretty much the next software version we're going to be getting, will be released at, WWDC typically every single year. So June 6th is the date that Apple is giving us, this time around. And I think it's usually around this time every year. And what's really cool is that this specific software, in my opinion, has to be a big update. iPadOS 15 actually was a bigger update for iPads than it was for iOS 15 for the iPhones. So I feel like this one is also going to be probably a big update as well. And I really do think Apple's probably going to focus in on customizability and quite possibly maybe some speed improvements here and there. But there really isn't anything that the iPads already don't have that they could be bringing. I feel like iPadOS has been really good for the last several years, to be honest, since like iPadOS 13. So I'm curious to see what Apple's going to be bringing. But I also think one of the big things Apple's going to be doing is dropping support for a couple of different devices. So first of all, a lot of these older generation devices, any iPad for the most part that has an Apple A8 chip inside of it is going to be removed. So this includes the iPad mini 4 and the iPad Air 2. So those are the ones that are probably not going to be supported anymore. I've seen some conflicting reports. Some people have stated these iPads are going to be added. I can almost guarantee you I really doubt it. I don't think that's going to be the case, which is okay. These iPads are kind of old now, and for them even getting iPadOS 15 is actually pretty surprising. There are some iPads out there that have like an A9X chip, like for example the iPad Pro 9.7-inch first generation, and that has an A9X chip inside of it, I think. And those are the devices that I think will probably still end up getting, iPadOS 16. So if there's like a variation chip inside of it, I can almost guarantee you that iPadOS 16 is probably going to be supported on it. Now, in terms of the features, like I mentioned, I don't think there's going to be anything super crazy added. I think the main things Apple can go ahead and implement are things like, better appearances, so better, app icons, higher quality app icons, different things like that, maybe changing from their older ways, giving us, interactive widgets. That's been something that's been kind of rumored, but I do think something that's been rumored for so many years is having certain Mac applications being ported over to iPads. So people love things like Final Cut Pro and a lot of different full edge software like that, even Logic Pro. Some people want that software on iPads, and the fact that we have all these accessories, we can connect mouses, we have the Magic Keyboards, we have all these different things, and now we have universal control. It's weird that we can't really drag and drop like a Final Cut Pro window or even just use Final Cut Pro on our iPads in general. If that were to be the case, that would be awesome, and I would be completely here for it, and that would be something that would completely switch away from what I truly think is probably a minor update with iPadOS 16. It could end up being a bigger update for sure for iPads. Now, I think there's also going to be some improvements to universal control. I think that's going to be another thing. And I do think there's going to be, stability, maybe speed improvements here and there. But I really do think if Apple ends up bringing some sort of Mac applications to iPads, people are going to be super, super happy. It's weird because we haven't gotten a super crazy amount of leaks this time around, but I still think it's, going to be a pretty big update for the most part. So that kind of covers it. If you have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.